Hey guys, Ben Jones with StateCollege.com here in time for a Thursday take, or rather an opinion that may or may not turn out to be true in the future. The question today is Penn State's 2022 recruiting class going to turn out to be the best of the James Franklin era so far? I think the answer is it's going to be close, but I think it's just going to miss out. Currently, it's 18 players deep and rated number 2 in the nation. Obviously, if nothing changed today, that would be the best of the James Franklin era by far. The other thing to consider, however, is Penn State's only had one class finish in the top 10 under Franklin. That was in 2018 when it finished 6th, with Micah Parsons, Justin Shorter, and Ricky Slade rounding out the group as 3 5-star commitments. Obviously, Parsons was the only of the 3 to finish his career in State College. The good news for Penn State, though, is there's more commitments out there on the recruiting trail to be had. Danny Dennis Sutton, the number 64 overall prospect in the nation out of Philadelphia, would be the best prospect in Penn State's class so far and would give its average rating quite the boost. Pennsylvania's number 1 overall prospect, Ania White, doesn't appear to be headed to Penn State, and Keenan Nelson Jr., a 4-star prospect out of Philadelphia and a corner, is another name to keep an eye on. So far, Penn State has 5 of the top 8 players in Pennsylvania, and Nelson Jr. would give them 6 of the top 8, with White and Rutgers linebacker commitment Anthony Johnson the only 2 prospects not headed to State College out of that top 8. But here's the catch. Alabama has 9 verbal commitments right now. Ohio State has 16. Oklahoma has 13. Plenty of schools are just getting started on the recruiting trail, and in large part that has to do with the fact that 5-star guys generally don't commit so early in the cycle. This summer is going to continue to drag out. They're going to continue to have official visits, and guys are going to continue to go to various schools. Alabama has posted 2 of the best recruiting classes of all time over the last couple of years, and one has a hard time imagining that sort of consistency won't continue this year. I think when it comes to Penn State, the big thing is their ability to land the targets that they want. And so far, the fact that they've been able to go out and find guys on their recruiting trail that they've identified and want and been able to get their commitments from is huge. The fact that Nicholas Singleton, a running back, the top running back in the state, was able to verbally commit to Penn State recently was huge. It's an opportunity to go out and say, hey, we wanted this guy, we got him, this is good. And ultimately where all the stars lie and where the final ranking is less important than being able to shoot all your shots and make most of them. So I think in that regard, is Penn State going to finish better than 6th in the country and have its best ever class under James Franklin? It's possible, but at the end of the day, it looks like that there's going to be schools that are going to slowly but surely overtake Penn State in the rankings. That being said, it seems to be a top 10 class in the making, and if nothing else, it seems to be a class that's going to have all of the players that Penn State wanted. A nice bounce back from 2021 that had some hits, had some misses, and ultimately finished ranked 21st in the nation, rather. The 3rd straight year that the overall rating of the class had gone down. So at the end of the day, might not be the top 5 class that Penn State fans are hoping for, in the top 5 class that it is right now, but it's going to be a class that is going to have a lot of talent. It's going to have a lot of prospects with a hopeful future, and a lot of guys Penn State's going to be able to lean on for years down the road.